opportunity to come and share your heart with the Lord. We just ask you to come up to the microphone up here, or we can get the microphone to you. Does anybody want to start and share a testimony this morning? The Lord's working on your heart and you want to share. We want you to be able to do that. Quiet. Sandy's going to share a little bit, maybe about Lydia and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Just I want to say, maybe I can't. Okay. For you don't know, my granddaughter was born, and it was a pretty dramatic birth, and they didn't expect her to live, but she's lived 6 days now, and I'm thankful for that. And they're going to do an MRI on Monday to see the extent of the brain damage, but they didn't even expect her to live, so they said that she might have severe brain damage or just a little brain damage, so we're just sitting on pins and needles for that. But one of the things that God blessed me with when I was there is when I got Jackie was in labor, and so the doctor or the midwife said, you go home, be 10, 11 hours, come back. And I said, okay, well, I'll go make them a meal and straighten out their house and do whatever, and I left, and I got to Jackie's apartment, and her husband texted me and said, come right away. So I went, and I started to go, and I followed the wrong hospital signs. And so I'm in the hospital at St. Francis, and I'm just crying. And Elaine was there, and I called Elaine. I said, Elaine, I can't find the hospital. So she came, and she helped me. And she sat with me, and she held my hand. But I'm just thankful Elaine was there for me. And she called me a couple times, and she came and visited me at the hospital. And I was just really thankful I had somebody from our church family that could hold my hand and help us through this. And she met Jackie and held her hand, and we all prayed and cried. And so it's just in the Lord's hand if you just pray for my little Lydia. So.
That was tough, and you made it through it. That's what makes testimonies real, isn't it? To share our heart and our feeling, and be praying for Lydia. And like Sandy was sharing, didn't think maybe that she was going to make it in the earlier stages. It's been 6 days or so. She's still alive, and just praying that the Lord, He would provide the necessary healing that needs to take place with her, that she can have a normal life and those things. So be lifting them up. Yes. Yep. You go ahead. Yep. Mm-hmm.
When you go into the NIC unit there, the NICU, all along the hallway are stories and pictures of children that they said were never going to make it. 1 and 2 pound babies and all that. And they're pictures of them at 10 years old and 5 years old, and when everything was dire, they made it. And it was just an encouragement to walk through that every day and think maybe Lydia's picture will be up there. Here's one that they said would never make it, and she's going to make it. So that was encouraging, and just to see all those stories.
And isn't it marvelous to see how the Lord provides? And just being where Sandy was in the parking lot, the wrong hospital, with all the events going on, not knowing where to go for sure, that one of our sisters from the church here is exactly in the same area, Elaine Stevens, and Sandy could call and she would come to the rescue and help her and be there for her. Isn't that the Lord? Only the Lord can put together those types of things, and that is so encouraging to see, and we give the Lord glory for it. So continue, lift them in prayers, lifting them up, and I know they'll keep us updated on the things, the MRI on Monday, to know a little bit more of some of the extent of things. So other testimony, anybody else want to come and share here? silence this morning. Some mornings we have lots, don't we? We have lots to share. We'll have a evening service at 6 o'clock tonight too, so we'll give opportunity if you come back for that too to be able to share at that time too, if the Lord's putting anything on your heart. And we'll have Brother Kurt